Morning to all of you present here. Today we'll discuss about consumption function in the managerial economics subject. The prerequisite of this discussion today will be those who know about the market and want to know, and those who have some knowledge about the market and economic system. The objectives of the discussion today: to know the meaning of economics, what is consumption, to enable the learners to be aware of word of managerial economics and to understand what is consumption and what is consumption functions, to aware of various aspects of consumption functions and utilities on this video today. Consumption function meaning: consumption is the sole and purpose of production, and this is the sole end of the process of this economic cycle. It is a functional relationship between two aggregates, consumption and income. If you have income, you consume, and if you have less income, you will adopt less consumption. This is a human being's perception on this, and this is the basic concept of this consumption function. As income increases, so it is the consumption level will also increase. The consumption function is also derived by setting a relationship between various variables or determinants of consumptions. That we have covered also, but more or less various other variables we'll consider in this video. Now in this slide, properties of consumption function. Average propensity to consume, that is APC, expressed in percentage or in ratio with income. That we know that according to income we have to take the percentage or the ratios on that. What are the spending level, what are the income level. This way we prepare. Total APC, that is average propensity to consume, starts declining as income increases, that I told you. The average propensity to save increases. Ultimately your income is going high, then ultimately your savings also going to increase. So that is why the formula is APS is equal to 1 minus APC, that is consumption and the saving you can have. And the more elements are there in properties of consumption function in this slide. The marginal propensity to consume, that is MPC, is equal to changes in consumption upon changes in income. If you divide by that, you will find that MPC, marginal propensity to consume. The economic significance of MPC lies in filling the gap between income and consumption through planned investment to maintain a desired level of income. That everybody wants saving to reach a desired level of income to spend much more. If you have a dream to buy a car, then you little bit save more than usual you save. And one day you will buy a car by stock of that money you are saving. So in this slide we can have division of theory of consumption. Like we have utility analysis. We can divide utility analysis in two parts. That is cardinal approach and second one is ordinal approach. In those we can have In cardinal, generally we use and we see the utility, we calculate the satisfaction, the qualitative aspects into numerical. How? We'll discuss next slide. Utility analysis. First we undergo about the meaning of that utility analysis. It is the ultimate advantage a person receives from consuming a commodity. Utility is an observable quantity which have a relative value. Total utility is the aggregate sum of satisfaction or benefit that an individual gains from consuming a given amount of goods or services in an economy. Usually, the more the person consumes, the larger his or her total utility will be. Marginal utility is the additional satisfaction or amount of utility gained from each extra unit of consumption. So this kind of feature in utility analysis, if you see, if you eat bread or if you take any services or any kind of, if you take bread, if you take example, then as soon as you have a hungry, then you start eating one bread and you give a lot of satisfaction. The second bread if you take, it gives satisfaction but little bit less than one first bread, you can say. So in that way you consume up to your hunger level is, now you feel that there is no hunger. Now I don't need much more bread now. At a moment of time, then you're taking that bread. So this way, the cardinal approach says that according to that theory, the utility you receive, the benefit you receive by consuming that unit, you got your satisfaction. You checked your quality, you checked your hungriness, how much you are hungry now, or you whatever you purchase for that product to satisfy your need. So that becomes your utility. In continuation of this meaning, although total utility usually increases as more of good is consumed, marginal utility usually decreases with each additional increase in the consumption of it. So the margin between one bread to second bread is going to decrease, because if you take the first unit of that bread, you are getting more satisfaction, and then again you are tackling that this will be a little bit less satisfaction or utility. So in this way, this theory says about marginal utility decreases as you consume more at a given point of time. This decreases demonstrates the law of diminishing marginal utility. That will come, later we'll discuss about that also in the next discussion. In other words, total utility will increase at a slower pace as an individual increases the quantity consumed. Next point, economists turn to consumer demand theory to understand this utility. How consumer feels, how consumer switch to one product to another, and how much the marginal utility, if you frequency of buying that goods at a given point of time, how can you increase that, the marketer has to think of. Or after some time, after consuming that particular quantity or that goods or services, you go for next time to consume that product. So how fast you can consume, how interval can be reduced to get this product again and again. This marketer has to think on. In this slide, we have various utilities like, working on laptops, tables, chairs, household goods, kitchenwares, bathing elements are there, tap, home, electricity, mobiles, and grocery items. So many pulses you can see in the pics, and the mall also. In that mall, you see the big store is there, and lot of things of households needed are there available, and consumer has to go and choose whatever they need, the brand, the design, the taste they like, and the products they want, and the location where it is available. They go and they purchase. So these are the example of the various utilities you go. Not only brand but also everything you need is called product in this economics. Now, what is cardinal utility analysis? It is one of the methodologies to measure the consumer satisfaction, or you can say the qualitative aspects into numerical terms you can express and calculate. Cardinal utility states that the satisfaction the consumer derives by consuming goods and services can be measured with numbers 1, 2, 3. You can weight them and you can calculate and you can find a decision. Cardinal utility is measured in terms of UTILs, that is units on a scale of utility or satisfaction the consumer has. On a device named utilometer, that is a device you can scale it and you can analyze in numerical. Now, in meaning continuation, that is according to cardinal utility, the goods and services that are able to derive a higher level of satisfaction to the consumer will be assigned higher skill rate, and goods that result in a lower level of satisfaction will be assigned lower skill rate. Cardinal utility is a quantitative method that is used to measure consumption satisfaction. So in that theory, now that as you consume, you can weight that 1, 2, 3 point you can give, and the satisfaction also you can provide as utility, and you can now analyze that table and you come to a conclusion. In next slide we have, it is assumed that level of satisfaction will be measured by the income spent on consumption of certain goods and services that you consume. You have income and you are spending on that, and you are taking satisfaction out of those purchased goods and services. Example, a fruit you purchase, pulses you purchase, vegetables you purchase and prepare and eat, that will have measurable utility which will determine the satisfaction level of the consumer. And marketers has to see that which products have more satisfaction, which pulses, which fruits, which vegetables have more value. In that way you will find that these products are higher priced in the market. That is also there. Next point in this slide you can have, it is an oldest theory which provides an explanation of consumer demand for a product. How you forecast the demand, that is the traditional method to analyze the market's demand of your product. Market demand, and you analyze industry demand, then you analyze the firm's demand. Product wise demand you can forecast in this method. It stresses on law of demand, which establishes that law of demand we'll cover in the next video also. It stresses an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded of a product. What does that mean? When the price will go high, your demand will fall. That is called inverse relationship. We'll also go through its reverse point of view also. Will criticize this theory also. We'll discuss in that in other video. So this is the inverse relationship is there in case of law of demand if we go. Now practice questions in that. Now after this discussion you would be able to define the consumption, what is consumption is, what is utilities, what is satisfaction in cardinal approach, what is utility theory, and various aspects of this consumption theory of utility you must know, and various consumptions pattern in that way. Now thank you all.